T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
We've seen celebrity chaos before, but almost never something this dark, this vicious. Even for the Harris family, known for years of wild headlines and endless scandals, this moment hits different. Tonight, it's not about fame, money, or luxury, it's about survival. The world's eyes are locked on King Harris, now fighting for his life in intensive care, beaten, bruised, and barely hanging on after what insiders call one of the most violent prison assaults in recent memory.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not,
the whispers crawling out from those Georgia prison walls don't even sound real anymore. They sound cinematic, like something ripped straight from a gangland movie. Word is, King was ambushed inside his block, attacked so brutally that officers had to drag him out as chaos exploded all around. Sirens blaring, lockdown alarms echoing, the entire facility thrown into panic as guards fought to regain control.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this.
Sources say he was rushed out under heavy guard to the infirmary, his face disfigured, his body limp, barely showing signs of life. But the violence didn't end with him. Staff were forced to wrestle back control as the block erupted into a full-blown riot, leaving several inmates bloodied and broken. And for anyone thinking this was random, a scuffle gone too far, think again. The whispers are clear, this was no accident. It was a setup, a targeted strike meant to send a message. Some say it was revenge for King's constant bragging behind bars. Others believe it was a brutal reminder that inside prison walls, fame means nothing and weakness makes you pray.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, I kind of told him, what was wrong about it. Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
Man,
As word of the ambush spread like wildfire, the internet lost its mind. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok flooded with takes. Some users offered real sympathy, while others laughed cruelly, saying King finally met the real world and couldn't survive the pressure. The divide was brutal, half mourning, half mocking, turning his fight for life into the ultimate viral spectacle. The Harris family spiraled into panic, scrambling for answers as whispers grew darker, that King might not make it if he's targeted again. Within minutes, social media turned the tragedy into a circus, live reactions, wild theories and conspiracies spreading faster than anyone could contain. And the first batch of rumors? They pointed straight to brewing beefs inside those walls, enemies waiting weeks for the perfect moment to strike. One source close to the Harris circle even claimed King had been marked long ago. His downfall planned before the first punch was ever thrown.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk out, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So,
I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle. Right. That does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah.
Another insider connected to prison staff painted an ugly picture. King had become a pariah behind bars. Hated for his last name. Clowned for trying to stand on business like he ran the yard. That kind of arrogance doesn't fly in a place where respect comes in silence. Or blood. Anonymous inmates backed it up, saying they warned him, stay low, stay quiet, because he was too loud, too proud, too soft for that world. When those threats turned real, they weren't just talk anymore. They exploded into violence that nearly cost him his life. And now, the Harris family's reaction? Pure desperation.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but it ain't.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
T.I. hasn't slept since the attack. He's reportedly glued to his phone, calling lawyers, politicians, anyone with power inside Georgia's Department of Corrections. One Atlanta insider said T.I.'s ready to sign any deal, cut any check, promise anything, even airtight NDAs if it means pulling King out alive before the next hit comes. Watching the self-proclaimed King of the South crumble as the system traps his son feels surreal. Meanwhile, Tiny has turned their home into what insiders call a war room, coordinating publicists, attorneys, and media allies for a last-ditch counteroffensive. But behind closed doors, that picture-perfect unity they showed for years is breaking apart. Sources whisper the fights between T.I. and Tiny have gone nuclear, each blaming the other for how their son ended up here. And now, their closest friends wonder, are they still fighting for King's survival, or just fighting each other while his life flickers like a candle on its last flame?
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
And you can, you know what I'm saying, kind of woo-saw yourself outside of the public opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The once untouchable Harris brand built on image, loyalty, and strength is collapsing under the weight of crisis. And with every hour, the cracks get deeper. But here's where things take a darker, more twisted turn. The whispers won't stop, and now they're getting louder. People inside are saying this ambush wasn't just about petty disrespect or some random prison beef. Something far more sinister may be hiding beneath it all.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, you know, I kind of told him, you know, what was wrong about it. Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who would pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know
Really?
what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
The biggest rumor? A contraband deal gone wrong. Some insiders say King refused to play ball, others whisper he tried to finesse the wrong crew. And in a world where loyalty is blood currency, that's the fastest way to get yourself marked. So what really happened? Was it just a heated deal gone sideways, or was King Harris lured into a trap, betrayed from within? Sources tied to the investigation claim there's hard evidence this wasn't random. They say King was led into a quiet corner where at least 3 men lay waiting, and just as the assault began, every camera in that area conveniently went dark. The Department of Corrections insists it was a coincidence, but insiders aren't buying it. One of T.I.'s former road managers put it bluntly. It's Georgia. Cameras break when they need to break, that's all you gotta know. That line alone has fans convinced something's being covered up. Dirty hands moving pieces behind those prison walls while King bleeds in silence. Meanwhile, his condition remains unstable and the Harris family is cracking under the pressure. They've closed ranks before, but never like this, never this desperate. Fans are already flashing back to that infamous Falcons game when T.I. grabbed King in a headlock line Instagram after another heated argument about his attitude. The world saw it in real time, T.I. scolding his son, "You're embarrassing yourself and your family." Security rushed in. Tiny tried to calm it down. Everyone thought that was King's lowest point.
My son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If you goddamn keep it up, his ass going to prison.
Then he want to talk about some other Like this being serious. This being serious. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're cat. Don't be in this bitch. Wait till I come back in the market late night, and then it's just you, and I slap you up. Yeah. You trying to act all tough? All like this in front of all your people. Tell your mama I said Happy Mother's Day, and then Karen in my face and shit. Like what?
But this brutal prison ambush proved rock bottom goes even deeper. Now King lies in a hospital bed, his family's darkest moments plastered all over the internet. That Falcons game? That was just the trailer. This is the real movie. The entire narrative has shifted. It's no longer about pride or image, it's about pure survival. Inside those Georgia walls, the air is toxic. Multiple insiders say King was tormented daily, mocked not just for his own antics, but for the baggage tied to his parents. Inmates reportedly threw every scandal back at him, even the whispers of those human trafficking allegations still shadowing T.I. and Tiny. For King, every day became psychological warfare, and this time the taunts spilled over into blood. And here's the wild part. King might have helped ignite his own downfall. Reports claim that even behind bars, he couldn't stop flexing, still hopping online, still talking slick, still branding himself as Atlanta's next big thing. But in a place like that, trying to look untouchable can make you the easiest target of all.
Stand by right here for me. 32, I'm 10 extend, 1 detain. Spread your legs slightly. I just need to pat you down. Yes, sir.
There's one in the way.
Does your buddy have one as well? Alright, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety.
You take
Okay.
it out.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. You'd step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. Alright, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest.
You sure?
We're gonna be at the church. Alright, I appreciate you being full, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure those.
Just take a step to the side for me.
But behind those bars, the older inmates weren't impressed. One former prisoner didn't sugarcoat it, telling us straight up, "We're not here for no reality show. We don't care who your daddy is." That's prison in a nutshell. No fame, no favoritism, just the code. You talk too much, you owe the wrong people. You get dealt with, period. And now, King's living that harsh reality, paying the ultimate price as the world watches the fallout unfold in real time. Meanwhile, T.I. is burning through every last favor he's got. Insiders say he's threatening to go public with explosive claims about corruption and unsafe conditions inside the facility, while at the same time, his PR team is quietly shopping sympathy stories to the media, pushing the King is the victim narrative. It's the classic celebrity crisis playbook. Shift the spotlight, blame the system, protect the brand. But here's the haunting question. Is it already too late to save him? Or worse, is this tragedy the price of raising a son who truly believed he was untouchable, until reality hit harder than anyone could have imagined? That thought lingers like smoke after a fire, impossible to escape. And adding fuel to that fire are whispers from several industry insiders who believe the Harris family's own. Messy legal history put a target on King's back from day one. His name's been tangled in those long-standing trafficking allegations, rumors that never really died, just hid in the shadows. And for men inside those walls, that kind of gossip isn't just noise, it's ammunition.
My son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama, his ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Nigga, I ain't twisted. But what I'm saying is, they wasn't.
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
For years, accusers have hinted at a twisted web of secrets allegedly tied to the Harris household. And one name keeps resurfacing: Sabrina Peterson, the former friend who blew the scandal wide open. To some inmates, that connection alone made King an easy mark, a reason to mock, taunt, and test him. Now that blood's been spilled, those same rumors are echoing louder than ever. Sabrina didn't just stir the pot, she ignited a firestorm. When she vowed to release receipts that could allegedly drag not only T.I. and Tiny, but even King himself into deeper legal quicksand. The feds might have stepped back without filing charges, but in the court of public opinion, that stain never fades. And just when the Harris legal team thinks one storm is buried, another one hits harder. This time, whispers point to a secret contraband deal gone sideways, with King's name allegedly scribbled inside a prison ledger. Some say it was a broken promise. Others whisper something worse, that he may have snitched. And in prison, that word alone is a death sentence. Whether it's street talk or cold truth, everyone agrees. Crossing the wrong crew always gets paid back in blood. Add to that King's privileged past, his TV-fueled arrogance, and his family's endless scandals. And it's no wonder this story keeps getting darker.
Treat mine like you treat yours.
Why y'all got so much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have?
What is it about
It's not illegal to have.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, it don't look legitimate, sir.
Because I'm not supporting no whore. I'm not
Ain't doing.
I'm not.
What kind of parents don't support their kids in little goddamn slide?
Bigger than you.
Is there a up there? So just go the square pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too like that.
Well, when you got
Get angry.
I know that. When y'all got around those people, they call it's not a possession of and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He turned into the perfect lightning rod for every grudge waiting to explode. Behind closed doors, sources say T.I. and Tiny's marriage is hanging by a thread like a ticking bomb ready to blow. The arguments? Constant? The tension? Unbearable. Tiny's been leaning toward a softer approach, pointing fingers at the system and toxic influences that chewed up their son. But T.I.? He's on the opposite end, digging his heels in, preaching discipline and control. He's convinced that only power and the right connections can save King now. Insiders describe him as furious, combative, and refusing to back down. And here's the gut punch. One close source says this is the darkest chapter the Harris family has ever lived through. Worse than the messy lawsuits, worse than their reality show's public downfall, even worse than that viral Falcons game headlock that embarrassed everyone. This time it's not just about headlines, it's about legacy. The Harris name is hanging by a single thread. The emotional wreckage is massive, T.I. and Tiny lashing out, the kids trapped in the blast zone, while King's fight for survival plays out for millions online. Zoom out and the picture only gets colder. King Harris, once the spoiled wild card of the dynasty, now faces a truth no fame can soften. Prison doesn't care who your daddy is. With every panicked call, every rumor spinning across social media, The same haunting question echoes louder. Are we watching a redemption story in the making? Or the total collapse of one of hip-hop's royal families? Because here's the part no publicist can spin. The most shocking details of that ambush still haven't come out. It's like watching slow-motion destruction, the glossy image of celebrity, privilege cracking against the hard concrete of reality. Money, fame, the Harris name, none of it matters when the rules are written in blood. Respect in prison isn't signed with autographs. It's earned through loyalty, fear, and survival. And King Harris, just like countless others before him, is learning that lesson the brutal way: no mercy, no shortcuts, and no escape. In that world, fame doesn't protect you. It paints a target.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't get no sleep. And the truth be told, before this look, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house.
That chilling thought lingers heavy as the aftermath unfolds, the Harris dynasty shaken, blindsided and facing threats they never saw coming. But here's the twist. This was never just about King as a person. Those close to the chaos say the attack was about what he represents. From the second King stepped inside those prison gates, he carried the entire Harris legacy on his back, the reality TV fame, the family scandals, and the title of T.I.'s wildest son. To men serving life with nothing to lose, that made him a walking target. Even guards are whispering that inmates like King don't just do time, they get used as pawns in power games between rival crews. He wasn't just another inmate. He became leverage, a symbol, a message. One ex-inmate said it straight. They see a famous outsider and want to make an example, not just for him, but for everyone watching. Add in the whispers about a botched contraband deal and the Harris family's endless controversies, and the picture gets clear. King walks straight into shark-infested waters. This was never just fists or bruises. Inside prison, mind games kill too. Every stare, every rumor, every whispered word can spark another attack. Reports confirm King's rich upbringing painted that target long before he ever got locked up. Once marked, there's no outrunning it. To many inmates, he wasn't one of them. He was privilege personified. The private schools, the music videos, the luxury lifestyle, the lawyers, all reminders of a world they'd never touch. Some mocked his tough talk, others laughed at his attempts to stand on business, knowing deep down he grew up in studios, not on the streets. That image collided headfirst with prison reality, and the fallout's now splattered across every headline. Behind the scenes, Harris lawyers are scrambling to control the narrative, but the family's divided. Some say stay quiet to keep King safe, others argue silence looks weak. The war outside those bars is just as fierce as the one inside them. Meanwhile, the rest of the Harris kids are caught in the crossfire, dragged into every ugly rumor and old family drama. The line between private pain and public humiliation is fading fast. And with every new leak, from guards, friends, or enemies, the fire only spreads. The bigger picture? Terrifying. King's near-fatal ambush proves one thing: the system doesn't bend for fame, it eats it alive. Inside prison walls, money and celebrity mean nothing. The only currency that counts is raw power. What started as a scuffle over respect has morphed into a war for survival, not just for King, but for the entire Harris bloodline. The brand once untouchable is now under siege from all sides. Legal, personal, public, King's clinging to life. And every breaking headline makes one thing crystal clear: this wasn't random. This was the opening move in a much darker game. So here's the haunting question: was King just another casualty of his family's fame? Or is something far bigger, deeper, unraveling behind those prison walls? Could this be the start of a war no lawyer or PR team can contain? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Because when it comes to the Harris family, chaos is always just one headline away. Stay sharp, stay curious. The next twist might drop when nobody's ready.